There, it's dead. Yeah. Dad, the one's still there. The one's still there. We're gonna get this one. It's right down to us.
Show Tucker. not moving, just right there. 65 yards with the subsonic 223 bullets here. Oh, did it? I think you might get one, yeah. Okay, move everybody else. Get behind me. Three. You see it? It's already racked and loaded. Okay, so this is 52 yards. This little cottontail bunny, subsonic 223. Okay, you feel good? Put your finger on the trigger and do your smooth, steady trigger. Tick 3, okay? I think you got him, but I think he... You can look more to it up on side of it, so you can good job, Timmy. Good shooting. 85 yards with a subsonic bullet. That's awesome. That's going to taste good for dinner tonight. Let's get back so you can get everybody in the picture. Okay, come on down here, Timmy. Okay, let's go see if we can find No, you're not grossed out at all. Oh, good job. Okay, let's go see if we can find Tucker's bunny. Go that way a little bit. There's blood right there. Go ahead, Thomas, so you can see everything. Just grab it, Tucker. You're going to ruin me doing it. Alright, well, we've had a good little day of bunny hunting here this evening. Late afternoon, I guess. It's early January, and Penny got 2, and I got 1, and Tucker got 1. We were using this 223 rifle that Penny and Tucker both shot their elk with this fall, or this last month. They're cow elk. It's a 223 rifle, and we were using subsonic ammo that I've loaded for it, so that we don't blow the bunny up. So we want to eat the bunnies. We want to eat the meat, so a higher velocity bullet is going to just damage too much, so we try and use a really low velocity, which basically ends up being about the velocity of a 22 rimfire, but it comes out of the same rifle, so it gets these kids a lot of practice. But yeah, what do you think, Penny? This is not your first time bunny hunting.
No.
This is probably one of our more successful couple hours of hunting bunnies, right?
This is probably like my third or fourth.
Is this your third or fourth time coming out here?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this a good time?
Yep.
Yep. Now we got to get these bunnies processed and skinned up, so that we can make some bunny stew tonight for dinner. Is that good?
Yeah.
You like bunny stew, huh? Cool. All right. Now we got to get these. Tucker's here's going to be real man and not use gloves. I'm going to use gloves. Here, hand me another bunny, would you? Okay, so these are cottontail rabbits. We're just gonna start by just making. In fact, I'm gonna make this easy on myself. I'm just gonna cut the lower legs off. Well, okay, we'll do it Tucker's way. I've done it both ways, but we're gonna ring around the hide here so you can get it started. Pull that down. Bunny hide is really easy to pull. Make a little slit here. Point is to get as much of the hide and hair off without leaving a bunch of hide on there, or a bunch of hair, I should say. It's really hard to get off later. It's sticky.
I just came out with it.
Perfect. We're gonna need another little bag. Put these in. Okay, now for the most part on these small wild rabbits, the edible portions are going to be the hindquarters and what we're going to call the back straps, and maybe a little off the upper front legs. There's not a lot of meat on the upper front legs. By the time you cook it, it doesn't leave a lot left. Cut the head off here. And now where I've got the hide, and get this section really big. Feet off. So I'm just going to get to the bone and trim the rest. Got those entrails coming out there. If you got game shears, it's a little bit easier on the cutting the shear it rather than just crunch the bone. Garbage bag of some sort here. Bloody than normal. Okay, so we're going to try something different here without making it quite as much of a mess. So we're going to try just slitting right below the sternum here. Make a slit all the way down. A good sharp knife can actually cut right into the pelvis there. Did not go all the way through the chest cavity. Okay, now we can just reach up in here, up into the, beyond the diaphragm, heart and lungs, and everything should come out together. A lot of fat. And one trick we've heard is you can soak this meat now in a pot of salt water for an hour or two before you then prepare it. We'll probably take this inside and rinse it out, try and rinse some of the hair off and get the rest of the hair off of that. But otherwise, this would be ready to put into, we'd like to put in like a pressure cooker or something, where it's just fork tender, the meat falls off the bones, and you can put the meat right into a stew, or you can cut the quarters off and cook it up kind of like you would chicken. There's not a lot of meat. I would say between maybe 3 rabbits, you're going to get about as much meat as a really big chicken, maybe 2 rabbits for a normal sized chicken, depending on how much of the meat you get. The meat here in these, the big chunk of meat that's along the back is actually really good meat, really tasty, really flavorful. If you get something like a jackrabbit, it's even bigger, you get a really good sized chunk of meat out of those back straps. So anyways, that's how you're gonna take care of your bunnies. That's what we're gonna do here this evening. We're gonna eat some bunnies for dinner and some rabbit stew and have a good time. So that's what we got.